What's your history in this building? How many times have you coached here? I know our Ball State a few years ago, but any other games?
Well, that was the first one and the only one. You know, when I was a high school coach, this wasn't built yet, so we played 3 times in the old dome, and was blessed to win 3 state championships in that facility, but never got to play here. So, but played Ball State here a few years ago. So, want to know?
You guys had the video last night of Matt Holt getting put on scholarship. Just kind of what does he mean to this program, and what kind of moment was that for him?
Well, those are always special, and wherever you see him from, it's always a pretty cool thing, I think. But, you know, when you know so much about him and how hard he's worked, he's so respectful. You saw the response. I mean, it's always a big response, but that was pretty passionate, you know, and just so genuine and real from our guys. And they love him, they respect him. He's worked so hard. He's a really good football player. You know, he has such great instincts, but it's the details. You know, it's the way he works, it's the way he prepares, it's the way he practices, it's the way he does everything. It's such a high level, and it allows him to be very effective. He's a really good player for us last year, and so he earned it. You know, and you come here as a walk-on, and pretty cool that his dad did the same thing. You know, so it's just a neat legacy to have that opportunity, and those are the ones you can't wait. We always try and find creative ways to do those, but with him getting put on the board for the Swarm D, which is a big deal. And we put the guys up there on that wall that represent the culture on our side of the football defensively, and so we got him, put him up there on that, and then had a chance to announce him as a scholarship, you know, award winner. So it's pretty cool. It was an awesome night.
Coach, I've got a couple of questions about Philip Bliddy. Last winter, when everything was going down, what were the first couple of things that went through your mind when he called you and told you about the situation?
Well, it was kind of crazy. So, I mean, you know, she was pregnant, obviously, and so, but we thought she was going to be not having the baby first, you know, for a while. And so she started having lots of trouble. He had taken their daughter back to her family to be able to, so they could do the transition, get everything squared away. And so he left thinking everything was fine. And so she started having trouble, and so had to have emergency C-section. So he called me just kind of freaking out, like, Coach, I don't know what to do. He wasn't even in the state. I've already gone, and nobody's there. And I said, hey, I'll be right there. So I dropped everything. I literally had just gotten home from being on the road, and stopped everything I was doing and went right to the hospital. And I was like the first person that when she came out of surgery, you know, there with her in the recovery room, and went to see Brooks, and I was the first one to go see him, and obviously couldn't see him yet. He was in intensive care, and so it was just a crazy night, but you know, we just be there for him, you know, and obviously I already, you know, knew her and had a chance to, not like I was a complete stranger to her, but obviously we had to spend a lot of time together, more with Philip, but just tried to be there. My daughter's also an RN there at the hospital, so that kind of helped me get in there and work through the back channels to get bedside with her. So, but it was important to be there for sure.
Why didn't you hesitate in that moment?
Well, I mean, it's, you know, just do the right thing, you know. I mean, he needed me to be there, and so my wife was out of town too, you know, or she would have been there with me, and so just I love our players. I'll be there for them regardless. I think that's, you know, that's who I've always been as a coach. I don't care what time of night it is. You call me, whatever I'm doing, I'll drop what I'm doing. I'll go be there for you. So that's just how I've always felt like it is supposed to be, and that's where I want to be. You know, he's one of our guys. He's part of our family, and then make that decision. So it's just I think it's what anybody else would have done.
And what do your actions say about the culture of IU football?
Well, your actions gotta match your words. If they don't, it's shallow. It doesn't mean anything. So to me, and usually when things like that happen, it's not at a convenient time, you know. So, but that's life. And so to me, you just, but you gotta live it out. I mean, like you said, LEO is awesome. I believe in it. I believe it's all about relationships. It's all about capturing the hearts and minds of your players. I think that's how you get a team to come together and do things special together, and make it about we and not me. But as the leader of the program, you know, I got to be at the forefront of that. You know, like I said, just can't. They're pretty empty words, pretty shallow. If it's just a slogan on the wall, sounds all cool, but then when life's really hard and coach isn't there for you, then I don't think it means a whole lot. You know, so it's when things aren't easy, that's when you have a chance to show that it's real.
From an overall coaching perspective, what is the expectations of today?
You know, we're in spiders, you know, so not in pads, but to be a very crisp, sharp, focused practice, a lot of situational football. We're going to work on a lot of end of game situations. I want it to be crisp and clean. I want to be just show our great habits of how we position ourselves for everything we call full speed tag tempo. So tagging off in proper positions to make those plays, blocking and tackling. Special teams, big emphasis as well. A lot of clock management situations to go through. All this stuff is scripted, and then a few things I want to add that the coaches don't know to be able to see how we react to those situations. So to me, it's really a lot about being crisp and clean and working on game-like situations.
Coach, talked to Jacob Mangum for our yesterday. So he's at Mike linebacker. Obviously, he's an older guy, but what does it say about him that his first year in, you trust him in the middle of that defense in that position where he's going to be directing and doing a lot of calls and stuff like that?
Absolutely. Jacob's the guy that I trust. He's big and physical, and he can run. Very intelligent young man, obviously a Stanford graduate, and is a guy that's come in here and earned the respect of his teammates, by how hard he's worked, how much time he's put in the film room, and how much he studies and prepares. And that is a position, as you said. They got to run the defense, and Ace is going to be right next to him. And Ace has played both positions, and I think he's more natural at Stinger, which is great for him to be able to be in that spot. And so, just feel like that Jacob is the guy that commands a lot of respect of his teammates because of how he's prepared. And we tell those backers they got to run the defense. They got to run that side of the football with confidence and those kind of things. And so he has the ability to do it. He obviously has a lot of experience, played a lot of football there in the Pac-12, and excited to have him here with us. So I expect him to be a very good player for us this year.
You guys obviously have an early season game here. What's the importance or significance of being able to practice here and get reps here?
Yeah, it was important. So we don't have a chance to come here the week of the game, so I wanted to find a way to get here in fall camp. It's also kind of a nice change of pace too, change of schedule. We're going to do some team building activity afterwards as well, so some fun things with our guys with that. So, which I think is very, very important as you continue to build the connectivity on our team. And so, but just being here, a lot of guys haven't played here before. Get familiar with the setting, how the lights feel. We have to make sure the setting's going to be just as it is on game day, with specialists and catching kicks and punts and kicking in this venue as well. So just a lot of things that go into getting familiar with the facility, and so I think it's a very important day for us.
Did you guys drive up this morning,
Yeah.
last night?
No, this morning. Yeah, we had meetings this morning at our facility and did all that, and just got on the bus and made the short trip.
You've been with Coach Bostad for 2.5 weeks here at fall camp. Are there 2 or 3 things about the O-line that kind of stand out to you as, wow, that's different this year than what we've seen in the past?
Well, if you ever watch them pre-practice, they are full bore lathered up. It's like they've been going for a while. So that's pre-practice. So it's just the relentless attention to detail, just the absolute just bulldog focus on technique and fundamentals. It's just the same things over and over and over again, which develops toughness, consistency, just confidence in your guys. So I've seen that. It's been very obvious, and it showed up in our inside run. We went live yesterday for inside run, which we don't usually do, but just trying to get that physicality and some short yard situations there as well. But got to run the football. We've said that. We know that, and so made that change there. And yeah, he's brought a different attitude, a different edge about him, and he's all business.
What is the expectations for your quarterbacks today?
Well, to me, I tell you what, I thought they really played well yesterday, both of them. Just complete a lot of passes. To me, it's just about continued execution, and I thought they were so much more decisive yesterday in decision making. Just going through the progressions, getting the ball out when it needs to be out on time, right where it needs to be. I think the receivers have been catching the ball really, really well, and I'm excited about that receiver room. Excited about the quarterback room. Obviously got to figure out who the guy is going to be, but I've really seen these last 2 days. I've seen a lot of growth from that quarterback room. It's great. It's encouraging.
How close to a decision do you feel you are with that?
We're close. I kind of always felt like after the second scrimmage, which will be tomorrow, we have to make a decision, at least internally for sure, to be able to know who that guy's going to be to get the reps with the ones. And so to kind of get that timing for 2 weeks. So I think we'll make a decision after this weekend.
When do you plan to begin preparing for Ohio State as far as game planning and all this?
Yeah, so our philosophy is we try to get 2 of a normal game week. So 2 Tuesdays, 2 Wednesdays, 2 Thursdays. And so that will begin next week. So be able to create that from the calendar perspective, be able to have, because then that last week will be a true full flow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then walk through on Friday. So we'd like to have 2 of each of those.
All right.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks, Coach.
Have a great day.